If you haven't noticed, I'm not in my room. This isn't my setup. I'm in a hotel in London, England. I'm doing a little traveling around, but the work doesn't stop. I've come downstairs to get away from the noise and make this video just for you guys because we just got big fight news. If you follow Dana White's page or the UFC, you've heard about July 26th, the card that is free on ABC, and I want to go over 5 fights and talk about those really briefly with you and kind of see what your guys' thoughts are about these cards. So let's get straight into it. We'll start with the main event, Whittaker versus Reiner de Reidder. This is a massive opportunity for Reiner de Reidder, the number 12 fighter fighting the number 5 fighter, and Dana White said that the winner of this fight is likely going to get a number 1 contender fight. Can you imagine Reiner de Reidder coming from Risen, being a double champion, coming into the UFC, and his real signature win is beating Bo Nickal, let's just be honest. He goes in against Whittaker, an older Whittaker, still very good Whittaker, and finds a way to beat Rob. And then he's fighting Imavov for a number 1 contender shot. These are all crazy things, but these are all things that we could potentially be looking at. Now, on the opposite side of that coin, if Whittaker wins, Robbie Boy is right back in the mix. And he's kind of always been right there in the mix. I know that he's had a lot of trouble with Izzy throughout his career. If Izzy hadn't been the champion of the middleweight division, Whittaker probably might still be the division's champ up until DDP. So a lot of interesting stuff there. We'll kind of see how that unfolds. Next up, Movsar Evloev versus Aaron Pico. We kind of heard rumors about this leak that this was going to be a fight that was going to happen. How are we feeling about this? Because this is the same exact situation where if whoever wins this fight is going to get the title shot next, or at least Movsar will. Dana said that much, but if Dana is saying that Movsar Evloev, if he wins, he's going to fight for the title, then what happens if Aaron Pico wins? They're really pushing Aaron Pico hard. And Aaron Pico came from Bellator. He's got the Golden Gloves experience. He's got all the wrestling experience. They're pushing him harder, even harder than Bo Nickal. So it wouldn't surprise me in the least. Now, if you followed Bellator, you know that Aaron Pico was never a champion over there. But he's got a lot of talent. He's got a ton of hype behind him, and he has ever since he was a younger kid. So that'll be really interesting to see. Instead, we are stuck with the Yair Rodriguez-Volk 2 fight. But you know what? Volk put him away really easy the first time. I think he will again. And I'm all for Volk getting wins, especially at this stage in his career. Next up on this card is Petr Yan versus Marcus McGhee. This is a fight that Petr Yan did not have to take. Petr Yan was once on a pretty bad skid and has now gotten himself on a nice winning streak, and he's going down to fight the 15th ranked Marcus McGhee. So I'm sure that he had conversations with Dana and with Hunter that if he won this fight, there was going to be something big in it for him. So let's watch out to see for that. The thing is, if Marcus McGhee wins this fight, he'll be ranked 3rd. And in that bantamweight division, we'll see what happens. Corey Sandhagen is about to get booked next for the title shot against Merab. If he wins, he'll probably be up next for that, which I think is okay because I think there's a few other fights that need to happen in 4, 5, 6 to kind of determine the future of where that division moves. So that'll be an interesting one. The Marcus McGhee story has been really cool. He's like in his early 30s, and he's just on a tear in the UFC right now. But like I said, Petr Yan has stacked together some fantastic wins, and it's not going to be an easy night out for Marcus, but the same thing can be said for Peter. This is probably the most interesting news of the entire announcement. Bryce Mitchell moving down to bantamweight to fight Khabib's cousin, Saiid Nurmogomedov. Maybe this was the answer all along for Bryce Mitchell. Like, he's been really competitive in all of his fights. He has gotten finished really bad a few times, but I don't think that it can't be fixed inside the gym, right? I think that Bryce Mitchell possesses the tools with the grappling and the wrestling to go far in the UFC. I think the boxing is what needs to be worked on, and we see guys come into the UFC that can't box worth a crap, and they sharpen those tools, and I think Bryce Mitchell can. He believes that it wasn't his correct weight division. So we'll see if that is the case. I'm excited to see Bryce Mitchell move down. It's a brand new start. And we all know when fighters move up or move down a division, if they get a win, all is forgiven. So it'd be really interesting to see. And the last fight, Shara Bullett returns against the Canadian Marc-Andre Barriault. Shara Bullett lost a really tough one to MVP, but MVP is this type of fighter that can go against really elite guys and kind of make them look silly. So I don't think that Shara Bullett was fraud checked by any means. This isn't a ranked fight. So I think the UFC is saying, okay, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's build this guy back up and kind of do it the right way. So all really fun fights. I know that people are kind of upset that Movsar isn't getting the title shot. I know people are upset that Aaron Pico is getting this crazy good chance coming straight into the UFC, but we got to enjoy it for what it is. This is going to take place right after UFC 318, so guys, this is what we have to look at. We have an awesome summer of fight cards, and this weekend we're going to see Khalil Roundtree take on Jamal Hill, and I will try my best to make a video for that.